Unfiltered, powered by Agarwal Traders. This is Himakshi Mittal, your host for the evening. At the back end, we have Sumaira Virmani and Mudit Agarwal. A special thanks to you guys for making the show a huge success. Today we have with us a very special guest, Mr. Chaitanya Mittal, an IITian who graduated from Iit Delhi this year and is currently working at Piramal Finance as a data scientist. Thank you so much, Mr. Mittal, for taking out time from your busy schedule to be with us today at our show.
No problem, Himakshi. I'm very happy to be here and it's a great initiative that you're taking. Please go ahead.
So, Mr. Mittal, how would you like to rate your experience considering that you studied at one of the most prestigious institutions in India?
Well, I would say the experience has been pretty good. So again, it has been from the both sides. There are two sides of a coin.
Right.
So there are days when you are like very stressed about everything. There are competitions, there are clubs, you have placements, you have academics, you have friends to maintain. There are a lot of things going on, right? There is societal pressure and some kind of peer pressure. So in those things, you feel that things are pretty rough for you. But again, most of the days are good. As long as you have a good friend circle, you have good family, you have good teaching environment, you have good infrastructure of your campus, the things are good. So in my experience personally, we explored a lot of Delhi. We went a lot around. We went for partying and all those things. You must know, you are a college student, right?
Typical college life.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it has been pretty good. And I guess from academic point of view, from a career point of view, from even a social point of view, from your own upbringing, apart from even non-academic upbringing has been pretty good.
Right. There's a lot of mixed emotions. We would love to hear further about it from you someday for sure. Okay, moving on to the next question. How about you tell our audience and the currently aspiring NEET aspirants, what was it like to prepare for JEE, considering all the peer pressure, the societal pressure, and the parental expectations and the over expectations even at times, and everything? Like, did that in a way affect your mental health or the way you were preparing for the exam?
Right. So again, this is a very elaborate answer in a sense, but I'll try to be as crisp as possible. So it took me 3 years for all this JEE preparation, 11th, 12th, and again, I took a drop year after my 12th class. So in that thing, I would say you have to sacrifice a lot, right? Only two things are important: sacrifice and consistency. So there will be a lot of times, a lot of instances where your family would be going somewhere, your other friends or older friends would be hanging out together, but you have to learn to say no to everything, to at least 95% of the things that you are offered. You have to study, there are a lot of things to maintain, right? You have to go to school, take those notes, maintain your social circle a bit there, come back home, relax a bit, and then start studying again till midnight. Then repeat this process for over 1,000 days. Right? That's a very big thing.
Yeah.
In those days, I was used to it. Today, if you ask me, I can't do that again for sure. So yeah, coming back to your question, jokes apart. Apart from that, I would say yes. So there is a lot of pressure, but again, my family was conducive enough to. So in that case, like I always had my parents back whenever I used to be stuck on any subject or any topic.
Okay, moving on to the next question. Do you think the rat race, which comes along with the whole JEE preparation, still goes on once you've entered the college? And how would you like to describe the hustle?
Right. So the thing is, let's say the 1,000 students enter an IIT, right? Out of those, 600 will be out of the rat race. I'll explain you.
Yes.
So the thing is, out of those 1,600 will become very complacent about their IIT admit, right? After getting in, they'll just stop studying in, or they'll just do the bare minimum which is required to pass their courses.
Right.
Only the 40% amount of the students are still hustling. But then that hustle is again real. So what happens is, once you enter IIT, you have a lot of things to cope up with. You have clubs to cope up with, you have some politics to cope up with, you have academics, you even have your social life. So all this becomes a rat race. During your IIT, during the preparation, only academics was a rat race. Now there are 3 to more variables about it.
Okay.
So on that, there is a big rat race. There is more toxicity, if you will. But again, it's upon you.
Right.
How you choose your IIT life. How do you want your IIT life to be? You can make it balanced. You can balance everything. I have seen people who just did academics. I have seen people who just did clubs. Again, both types of people did something in their lives ultimately. There are people who are still struggling for stuff, but okay, let's not go there. But again, the rat race is still there. You will find a lot of rat race. You have to compete in competitions. You have internships. You have placements. In fact, in a way, that is even more serious than IT preparation, right? Like IT preparation was just for college, but now you have your job starting. You'll be starting to earn money.
Yeah.
So that is more of a social pressure. You have peers who are earning 2.5 CR per annum. You are there at 10 lakh per annum somewhere else. Their income tax is equal to yours. You get that, right?
That
So yeah, there is
is- that
definitely
is.
a rat race. There is a lot of comparison. Either earlier the comparison was just IT or non-IT.
Right.
Now there's a very broad spectrum out of it.
But then earlier the competition was among 14 lakh students, I guess.
Correct.
And now the competition is among the 1,000 students.
That's an excellent point, and that you use that point against it because those 1,000 students are the best of those 14 lakh students.
Right.
So now the competition is among the best of the 1,000 students.
Right.
It gets worse.
Obviously, that's right. So, do you think all these clubs and all the extracurricular activities you do, they in a way help you with placements?
Yes and no. I would say again, it depends on the profile of the placement that you're setting. Again, this might not be too much relevant for the audience, but again, I'll just go through a small piece of it.
Yeah.
So, if you go for more of technical roles, the clubs might not help you directly, even though they help you shaping your personality. They help you learn how to communicate. They help you learn how to be social to people, how to talk to people. So, in that way, yes. But again, in a direct sense of view, no, they don't help you in technical roles. For non-technical roles, for managerial roles, they directly help you because such companies, such firms look for such capabilities in candidates.
Right, that makes total sense. Okay, so Mr. Minaj, what's your say on the dropout rates of IIT? I mean, considering all the rat race and all the hustle you guys went through, and of course, it's not an easy job to get into a college like IIT, the Indian Institute of Technology, the. So, what in your opinion can be a factor which can actually make a student to drop out after getting in to the college?
Right. So, see, I have personally seen some dropout cases. I won't say that there were a lot in my time, but first thing which you said, there could be a lot of pressure on the student,
Right.
on which, due to which they might feel that they don't belong there, right? But again, there is a whole spectrum of students, right?
Right.
Some are academically lower performing, some are high performing, but every year there has to be some set of low performing students, right?
Right.
That's just mathematics.
Makes
But or not, I mean, obviously not everyone of them drops out. So there has to be some other immediate factor due to which people are dropping out, if at all. So in what I have listened, what I have heard from other people was that there were some cases during our time where people were socially very, how do I put this? They didn't really feel that they belong there. So again, there were some people having language constraints. Since we were in Delhi, some people were there who didn't know English. Some people didn't know Hindi. In either case, you don't feel that you belong in Delhi in an IIT, right?
But then considering it's such a good institute, there should have been something for them now.
Yeah, there was. There
Like a
totally is.
translation person or something, like something which would have helped them to cope up with the language barrier.
Right. So there are courses, there are mentorship programs for such students. There are programs that help you learn English. There are programs that help you learn Hindi. But see, even therapists are there. How many people are mentally good?
Makes total sense.
Exactly. So just because there's a provision for something doesn't mean that the problem is not there at all.
Right.
So yeah, that was just an example. There are people who feel they are segregated by society and so on. Again, but this was one end of the answer. There are very good outliers as well. I personally know someone from my batch who dropped out in second year and went on to a big startup. He has crores of funding today.
Nice.
Exactly. Exactly. So there are two types of outliers on either sides of the coin.
Right.
So yeah, some people are there who drop out because of the pressure, because they can't cope up, or because of some imposter syndrome. There are some people who will do something even better than just finding jobs in IT, just like you mentioned, right, in the other book.
Yeah, exactly. But the second one was actually very inspiring to the viewers and to me personally. Okay, moving on to the next question. Okay. As we move towards the end of our show, let's have a quick discussion on the placement rates. So, I heard the placements have actually faced a big blow at IIT this year. I mean, 40% of the people are still unemployed in a way. So, do you think the significant drop in placement rate of IIT can affect the hype that revolves around the whole IIT thing? I mean, the whole point is that the kid is going to get a good package, they're going to get a settled life, but if they're not employed, what's the point of it? So what's your say on that, the placement rates?
Right. So first of all, I won't really comment on the percentages of those numbers. I haven't verified them, nor are the rumors that are there really legitimate. I would say those numbers are more like for the whole IIT, not just BTech students that come through JEE, but also the master students. There are MTech students, MS students, PhD students whose output is not really for placements but for research.
Yeah.
But they do get counted while calculating that percentage. That's why these numbers are fraud. But coming to the question, actual question. So yes, this time we saw a dip in the placement scenario, but that was not just IIT, that was the whole global market, right?
Right.
So what happened was during 2020, 2021, after COVID, when things were happening, things were recovering, tech companies really saw a boom and hired a lot of employees, due to which, due to their overhiring, the number of occupancies, the number of seats required for new hires are really less at 2024. That is the primary reason for not hiring a lot of people, but that's separate. Coming to the hype, I don't think the hype will be affected in any way. See, if not IIT, where will you? There's no second option for any PCM student or any engineering aspirant to go, right?
Right.
The placements dropped for all the colleges, but still IITs were the best among them.
Yeah, but then it's like, if you don't want to vote for BJP, you're voting for Congress because you don't want to vote for BJP. You get my point?
Yes.
You don't want to vote for Congress.
Right.
It's just,
But again, this
you don't
hype
want
is
to
mostly
vote for-
created by coaching institute and parents. It's
Yeah.
not on the student. So again, parents and coaching institutes want best for the kid, right? And
Yeah.
for now, best is still IIT, right? You can't say that there is an exclusive college which had better placements than IIT.
Yeah.
They declined for everyone uniformly. So yes, that decline happened this year. These such recessions come every 10 to 12 years. That's fine. That's totally fine.
so do you
They
think-
might recover next year or the next year. In fact, in my junior batch, I've seen a lot of people have already gotten replacement offers better than our batch.
Okay.
So things are recovering.
So how about you? Did you get placed from IIT or was it a personal source? I mean, you're working at Piramal Finance,
Yes.
right? So was it your own thing or did you get placed by the campus?
So yes, I got placed by campus. I got placed very early in the campus recruitment process. But again, not everyone did. In fact, in the first 3 days, what I've heard is only around 30% to 35% people in BTech got placed. Then the rest, 50-60% got placed in the next 3 to 4 months. That's huge.
Okay.
People are struggling. They're going to interviews every day, almost every day, every weekend, and trying to find a job, trying to find a company which takes them.
Yeah.
The thing is, companies had a really less number of vacancies this year.
Right.
The companies which used to take 10 people from last year took 1 or 2 people this year, right? So obviously
Yeah.
things will be tough for people.
Right.
Everyone got one step less than what they have gotten if they had got placed last year. So you get my point.
Do you think the system is failing somewhere? Because there are not enough jobs, but there are people. who
Yeah,
got
obviously, see,
jobs.
in any overpopulated country, you will find this. You go to US, number of people are less, but number of companies or number of industries are very big. So
Okay.
that's why people shift from second world countries to first world countries, right? The demand supply gap is very huge. The economics plays a major role here.
Yeah.
So yes, in India, we need more people who create such jobs instead of seeking such jobs. That is very primary of what we are taught in IITs. In our first year, the moment we entered IIT, we were taught to create jobs. But
Okay.
that does not happen.
That's the insider talk, guys. Okay, so were you satisfied by your placement experience at IIT? Did it stress you out?
Obviously, yeah, it does stress you out. It takes the oil out of you for 3 to 4 months, like, at least. Last year, what is right now? September, right? Last year at this very time, I must be sitting in the library trying to code some question.
Yeah.
Very normal. It is at least a 5 to 6 months process. We have to intensely study for placements along with your semester, along with your BTech project, along with other college stuff.
That's a lot of work, actually.
I know, exactly. So that's why the peer pressure comes in, the social pressure comes in, the family pressure, career pressure,
Right.
money pressure.
Yeah.
A lot of things come. You again, as I mentioned in the first or second question, you see your peers getting for 5 CR packages. Then there are companies coming, you are sitting in an interview which is offering X by 10 of that.
Yeah.
So that really helps you. But again, coming to me, I was satisfied in not both yes and no. Yes, because this year has been a year of big recession.
Yeah.
So touchwood, I got a placement early in my placements. But again, I'm not really saying that I'm very satisfied with that.
Yeah.
Everyone wants or deserves something better, right?
Yeah,
So, yeah.
makes total sense. Okay, moving on to the next and the most awaited question of the evening. What do you have to say about the gender ratios at IIT, where girls are literally considered to be the Halley's Comet? So, what would you say about the whole girl to boy ratio aspect?
Right. So 2 to 3 years ago, in fact, 2 to 3 years before I joined IIT,
Okay.
government introduced this supernumerary seats for females, which meant that at least 20% of the seats will be allotted to females, right? So after that, things have been pretty good, pretty better than they used to be last in the previous years. So yeah, it's like 20 girls in the batch of 100 people. That's fair. I won't say it's good enough, like for foreign institutions, where the ratios are more like 45-55, or even 50, or even 60-40.
You said it's good. Okay. But then are you not against the gender-based reservation? I mean, just because she's a girl, she's gonna get in soon. Like, if she had a specific AIR and you had the same AIR, she would be in IT Delhi and you would be in some triple IT or NIT. So, were you not hesitant about the whole gender reservation thing?
Yeah, again, keeping aside my personal opinion, the I'm sorry, the primary reason for supernumerary seats is to improve the ratio within the college. It's not officially a disadvantage to the boys, because the thing is, if let's say there are 100 seats, right?
Yeah.
And by default, without any reservation, 9 girls are coming and 91 boys are coming.
Yeah.
They won't say that 20 seats are for girls and 85 are boys. They will let those 91 boys come and then create 11 more seats for the girls, so that 20 girls come.
Yeah.
It works that way. Supernumerary seats is not same as quota. It means that if girls are not 20%, we'll create some extra seats so that they become 20%.
Okay, they just increase the space instead of increasing the
Right.
ratio.
You will still feel that the boys could have come in those extra seats. That is very debatable, I know that. But there are things, once you step in the real world, this will happen in an even more pronounced way.
Yeah.
The companies do this a lot. Companies come for hiring. If they have 10 vacancies, they might take 7 to 8 girls and 1 to 2 boys.
Makes
So yeah, and that's another variable by the placements.
Yeah.
By the placement.
Okay, Mr. Mittal, that was amazing to have a chit chat with you, and it was truly enlightening, honestly. And I hope you enjoyed our show with us and our Bhagan team. And we would love to hear from you again sometime very soon in the future.
Yeah, I was very happy to be here. Thank you very much, Makshi. The questions were very intense, and yeah, it took me a lot of nostalgia to answer everything. And I could just recollect every part of my 4 years journey. So thank you to you too.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was our time in today's show, and I hope we were able to clarify at least some of your doubts. If further questions, don't hesitate to drop us your queries on www.conversationsunfiltered.com. We will see you very soon in the next episode, and with an amazing guest lined up for the next episode. I mean, you were pretty amazing, no offense to that. Okay, till then, stay tuned, stay happy, stay hydrated. Thanks to the skin.